Reading to you the book Coming From Where I'm From. I wrote this book and I'm going to be releasing it chapter by chapter, scene by scene, in real time. Coming From Where I'm From by Reggie Green. Chapter 1, Scene 1. I'm from a place unknown to many, a small city sitting 45 minutes south of Philadelphia, 90 minutes north of Baltimore, and 2 hours away from New York City and Washington, D.C. In the middle of it all, literally and figuratively, we are prime location for hustlers on the run. Wilmington, Delaware. Often made fun of by outsiders when they say Delaware. This joke blows my mind when people say it because we are in the middle of all these known places. Even crazier, we are literally the first state in the United States. Never mind all that though. This story is about me. You can simply call me Ace. My real name isn't important. I was born and raised in Wilmington. When people ask me what part of the city I'm from, I tell them the entire city. My one grandmother lived over West Side on 4th Street between Van Buren and Harrison. My other grandmother over East Side on 6th Street between Church and Spruce. And I was raised over North Side, 29th between Jessup and Pond. South Side, or South Bridge, is the only side of the city I ain't really fuck with. But I can't front, I met some cool niggas from over there. I come from a well-known family in the city. A good portion of my family, both sides, are in the drug trade. Call it family tradition, but it's something I feel I've been running from my whole life. Most of my family embrace the streets and all that they bring. The fam got it all from hustlers to hitters. And then there's me, college graduate with multiple degrees, too hood for the corporate, but too corporate for the hood. Don't get it twisted, I'm a born fighter. Growing up, my cousins and I caused havoc throughout the city. Niggas knew if you fought one of us, you had to fight us all. I've even got girl cousins that beat the brakes off dudes. Shit all changed for me when I was 13 years old, though. Up until that point, we were just kids being kids. At 13, I realized shit was different. Scene 2, my squad. My cousins CeeLo and Mitch were always my squad. If you were to see one, the others weren't never far behind. CeeLo was tall for his age, about 5'7", while Mitch and I were only 5'4". CeeLo was light brown skin and skinny. He kept a brush on hand for his 360 waves. Even at 13, he was clearly the ladies' man. Mitch was brown skinned and freakishly athletic. Mitch was always the fastest runner, highest jumper, just naturally built. Despite being crazy athletic, his coordination just never seemed to catch up to how fast he was moving. He and CeeLo stayed competing for who was the true ladies' man. I was the short, fat kid. I was quick for my size and way more athletic than I looked. I was never in the running for the ladies' man title. I normally was the last one to speak out of the crew. And often, the ladies had already chosen before they ever heard my voice. I was the late bloomer, the observer. Eyes always peeled for the BS. Scene 3, CeeLo's summer hustle. That summer, CeeLo had to step up and began helping his mom, Aunt Jackie, with the bills. It started out with a little summer job he picked up at Liso's. That was the name of the Puerto Rican corner store up the street from my grandmother's house on 4th Street. Cuz hated that job because they would treat him like a slave, mostly because he was black. All the Puerto Ricans would run the register and make sandwiches. while they would have Cuzzo stocking shelves and sweeping floors. If they had heavy lifting, they called Cuzzo. If they needed to resolve conflict with a black customer, they called Cuzzo. It didn't take a rocket scientist to see Cuzzo wasn't going to build a career at Liso's. Summer had quickly turned to winter, winter to spring, and that's when Cuzzo decided Liso's wasn't going to be enough. We went to holler at our Uncle Sonny. Sonny was the uncle that was closest to our age. He was 23, my mom's youngest brother. He always felt more like my older brother than my uncle because he was only 2 years older than my true older brother.
If you like the way the story is going so far, be sure to follow the podcast. More scenes are definitely coming.